New PS5 exclusive games we need to know about. Hey guys, it's Stanley speaking. How are you doing? The PlayStation 5 console continues to be in high demand with players from all over the world, looking to upgrade their Sony 5th generation console, or to have an ever-growing library of exclusive games that make the most of their Dualsense controller and ultra-fast SSD. So here's the list of PlayStation 5 titles that continues to grow. And in today's video, we have a summary of everything that's coming. And if you want to know all of them, come with me because the new generation is breathtaking. Horizon Forbidden West, Burning Shores. South of the Tenth Clan's lands, a millennium of volcanic eruptions and violent seismic activity has turned Los Angeles into an indomitable archipelago. Experience the next chapter of Horizon Forbidden West with Aloy as she investigates a new threat to the planet, hidden amidst unpredictable dangers. The Burning Shores presents additional content for Horizon Forbidden West, including new stories, characters, and experiences in a magnificent and menacing territory. Venture beyond the Forbidden West to face new challenges with Aloy. Discover the thrilling narrative and brand new machines. To venture into the Burning Shores, you must complete the main mission up to Singularity in the PS5 version of Horizon Forbidden West. After the main mission, Aloy receives a transmission through the Focus that will start the DLC. Final Fantasy XVI. One of the most anticipated games of 2023, Final Fantasy XVI will have many vast areas for players to explore, but it won't be an open-world title. Additionally, Square Enix's action RPG will, to some extent, be a return to the past, with a structure similar to two classics of the franchise originally released for PlayStation 2, Final Fantasy X and Final Fantasy XII. In Final Fantasy XVI, there will be a central area for the player called the Hideaway, which will be a hub from which the player will embark on missions and to where they will return after the quests are completed. From there, players can access training modes, rewatch game cinematics, and replay specific missions if they want to improve performance, similar to what happened in Final Fantasy X, on a larger scale, and in Final Fantasy XII itself. The game structure will take the player to various regions with semi-open maps with lots to explore. Additionally, in Final Fantasy XVI, the player will have the opportunity to revisit the regions through the world map to explore the game's locations as they see fit. Square Enix announced that Final Fantasy XVI has reached the gold stage, which means that the game's development cycle has been completed and it is ready to be released. Final Fantasy XVI will be released on June 22, exclusively for PlayStation 5. Although there are rumors that the game will have temporary exclusivity for the Sony console, as happened with Final Fantasy VII Remake, there are still no confirmed versions of the RPG for PC or Xbox Series. With gameplay focused much more on action than any other game in the franchise's history, FF16 will be set in the world of Varisthia, a region prospering because it is surrounded by Mather Crystal's mountains. The game world is divided into 6 major countries: the Grand Duchy of Rosaria, the Holy Empire of Sandbrek, the Kingdom of Waylode, the Republic of Dalmekia, the Kingdom of Iron, and the Crystal Dominion, and each of these kingdoms has under its own dominion a sacred creature called Icon, the famous summons of the Final Fantasy universe. These monsters are summoned or manifest through humans with special powers called dominants. In the plot of the new RPG of the franchise, Varisthia becomes unbalanced and is plagued by war when 2 new icons, Ifrit and Phoenix, appear. The protagonist of the game is Clive Rosefield, Archduke of Rosaria, who embarks on a journey of revenge after tragic events involving the emergence of the icon Ifrit. Additionally, Clive's younger brother, Joshua Rosefield, is the dominant of Phoenix and also has a central role in the plot, which seems to heavily invest in political elements to move the events of the story. Final Fantasy XVI will have combat direction from Ryota Suzuki, of Devil May Cry V. Therefore, the gameplay trailers of the new Square Enix RPG show that this will be the franchise's most action-packed title during fights, although classic elements of the franchise, such as the use of magic and summons, will remain present. Marvel's Spider-Man 2. Exclusive to PlayStation 5, PS5, it is the 3rd title of Spider-Man that has Insomniac Games leading the development. Marvel Spider-Man 2018 and Marvel Spider-Man Miles Morales 2020 received many praises from critics and players, highlighting features such as gameplay, open world, and narrative. Because of this, Marvel's Spider-Man 2 appears as one of the most anticipated games for 2023. It's worth noting that the game was announced at PlayStation Showcase in September 2021 with a trailer showing Peter Parker and Miles Morales in action, indicating that it should be possible to play with both of them this time. There is also confirmation of Venom as one of the main villains in the game. Insomniac has not yet released the month of release, only confirming that at some point in 2023, Marvel's Spider-Man 2 will be available to players. A thrilling and sharp action experience. Engage in frenzied combat as you make your way through the wreckage of Earth, facing epic bosses that will challenge your strength and intelligence. Execute graceful yet brutal attack sequences and unlock new moves as you progress, with customizable abilities based on your playstyle. Upgrade Eve's weapons to increase your chances against increasingly challenging bosses. An incredible visual experience. Enter an extremely well-detailed post-apocalyptic world that stunningly blends beauty and threat. Explore breathtaking science fiction environments and see the characters of Kim Hyung-tae, the renowned Korean artist and director of Shift Up Studio, come to life using the graphic power of the PlayStation 5 console. An exciting and unforgettable adventure. Experience an intense narrative full of deep themes, mystery, and discovery. Immerse yourself in the relentless pace of an adventure that never lets up, between critical moments in the narrative where you can change the course of history. Eve's conviction in the mission is unshakable. But as she ruthlessly destroys her enemies and strengthens bonds with the few friends who support her, she will be confronted with the true purpose of human existence. Eve and her companions land on the surface of the devastated Earth to restore it and come across a survivor named Adam, who takes Eve to Xi'an, the last city of humans, where she meets Oracle, a city leadership figure, from whom she hears many stories. To fulfill the mission of saving the Earth, Eve will meet the key inhabitants of Xi'an and help them rebuild the city. On the mission to save the Earth from the invaders known as Na-Ativ, Eve can also help the population of Xi'an, but it's up to you, as the player, to decide whether to do so or not. Death Stranding 2. Announced by Kojima Productions during the Game Awards in early December, Death Stranding 2 seems to have already received a release date from the producers. PlayStation Studios' visual arts employee, Frank Aliberti, seems to have leaked that the new game created by Hideo Kojima will arrive sometime in 2024. So far, few information from the developer itself has been revealed to players. The employee listed on his resume that he is working on characters for Kojima's game and that the release is scheduled for almost 2 years from now. However, this seems not to have been the only leak that Frank Aliberti let slip with just a simple resume. This is because he also claimed that he is working on an FPS game for PlayStation 5. Logically, Kojima Productions has not yet commented on the possible release date of the new Death Stranding. Anyway, it is believed that the title is still in early stages of development and that its arrival for PlayStation will not happen so soon. In the meantime, we must wait for an official announcement from the producers. So far, few information from the developer itself has been revealed to players. Since the announcement during the Game Awards, it has been known that some characters present in the first game will also be in Death Stranding 2. Among them are Norman Reedus, Sam, protagonist, Leah Seydoux, Fragile, and Troy Baker, Higgs. Except for the trailer, no further information has been given to players who are waiting for a continuation of the franchise. In the images released by Kojima Productions, it is possible to perceive that Sam is already at an older age compared to the first game in the series. It is also not known what the plot or gameplay of the game will be, maintaining the same mystery as in the announcements of the first game. Death Stranding 2 was announced at the Game Awards in December 2022 with a shiny trailer and an appearance by Hideo Kojima himself. It's a pretty long trailer with some returning characters and some classic bizarre images from Kojima. The announcement of Death Stranding 2 is important news, but it did not come with any attached release date. We don't even have a window, and we would guess that if the game was heading for 2023, this fact would have been confirmed. We are pretty confident in predicting that we won't be playing Death Stranding 2 until 2024 at best, with a real probability of 2025. In early 2023, Hideo Kojima confirmed that recording had begun for the game, through a typically vague post on Twitter. Another big part of the Death Stranding 2 announcement is that it will be an exclusive game for PlayStation 5. We imagine that it will arrive on PC more quickly than the long process needed for the first Death Stranding, but for now, only PlayStation 5 has been confirmed as the game's launch platform. Kojima recently announced that he is working on a game in partnership with Xbox and Microsoft, but we still don't know what that is. Gameplay of Death Stranding 2. The gameplay of Death Stranding was divisive upon release, meditative and careful in the eyes of some, but confusing and a bit frustrating for others. Given that the theme of the first game was all about making new connections between locations, one might think that we will be doing more of the same, but the first trailer for Death Stranding 2 is sinister. Now comment below if you already knew these games that I brought here on the list. If we forgot something really cool already, leave it in the comments, thank you. Don't forget to give a big thumbs up to support us. And if you can, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything we bring here. Thank you very much in advance, a big hug and see you in the next video.